All right, get ready to dive deep into online betting.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Yeah, specifically Betwinner. You've got questions about them.
Yeah, tons of them.
We've got articles, we've got reviews. We're going to sort through it all.
Oh, Betwinner, yeah. The buzz around Betwinner is interesting. I've seen people who seem to love them, but then there are others who are not so happy. So we need to find out, like, what is the real story here?
Exactly. Is it a hidden gem or a total disaster waiting to happen?
Yeah.
First, what are we dealing with here? So Betwinner launched back in 2018. They claim to have over 400,000 users. They offer bets on a huge variety of sports and markets, over 40.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, from football to cricket, even virtual sports.
Interesting. You know what's really fascinating about them?
Yeah.
Their focus on certain markets, they've really carved out a niche in cricket and football, offering really competitive odds for those especially. Could be a big draw.
For sure, for fans of those sports.
Yeah.
And they're not just limiting themselves geographically either. They've got a global presence, including a strong focus on India, with bets starting at just 75 Indian rupees.
Interesting.
Seems like they're trying to, make betting accessible to a lot of different people.
Yeah. I mean, that low entry point is definitely strategic.
Okay.
But let's go a little bit beyond just the basics. What are they really, highlighting as their strengths? One thing I see, user-friendly design. Always a plus.
Especially for newcomers, right?
Right.
To online betting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're not just about the basics either. Live betting.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun.
Right, which can amp up the excitement.
Right.
And this is really unique, advanced bet.
What's that?
So imagine placing a bet on a football match. Before it's even over, you can bet again, this time on your predicted winnings from that first bet.
Whoa, hold on. So it's like a bet within a bet?
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild.
That's pretty crazy.
That's definitely a way to keep people on the edge of their seats and maybe increase the risk appetite a little bit. But honestly, from like a strategic point of view, these statistics and analysis tools they provide, those are noteworthy. You're not just going with your gut, you can really dig into those details, like player performance, head-to-head records, even weather conditions, if it's outside.
That's so cool. It's like having your own mini sports analyst right in your pocket.
It is, yeah.
It seems like. They're trying to appeal to both the casual bettor and the more serious data-driven one.
Makes sense.
Right. Plus, they have a mobile app for Android and iOS, so tap, tap, tap. Place those bets.
It is all about convenience these days, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Speaking of appealing to users, let's talk about bonuses and promotions.
Okay. Yeah.
New users, they can get a welcome bonus up to €100 match on their initial deposit.
Not bad, not bad. What's even more interesting are these promo codes. We've got BW24 VIP, new W24 bonus, and BW24 Top E, apparently. You can use these codes to bump up that welcome bonus even more.
Clever.
Yeah.
Very clever. It's a good way to get people to sign up.
Yeah.
And they don't stop there. They've got loyalty programs, referral bonuses, and seasonal offers to keep their existing users happy as well. Lots of perks. On the surface.
Yeah, for sure.
But what about the practical stuff? The money,
Yeah.
Getting it in, getting it out.
Well, that's where Betwinner really seems to shine. They offer over 50 payment methods.
Wow, that's a lot.
Bank cards, e-wallets, you name it. They even accept cryptocurrency.
Oh, interesting.
I'm always impressed when platforms embrace the new stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, that variety is impressive for sure.
Yeah.
They're clearly trying to make things easy, with transactions. But honestly, what really stood out to me is that their advertising, instant deposits, and free withdrawals. I mean, no one wants to wait around for their winnings, right?
Exactly.
So that's a big plus in my book.
It all sounds pretty amazing so far, right?
It does.
But we have to take a breath here and look at the other side of the coin. Because despite all these bells and whistles, Betwinner has a surprisingly low safety score of just 5.2.
Yeah, all those bonuses and features are tempting. But I always say, be careful with platforms offering crazy high bonuses.
Yeah.
It could be a tactic to attract new users without necessarily delivering on their promises. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
And that low safety score definitely raises some red flags.
And if that's not enough to make you think twice,
we
found that 92% of the reviews we found gave Betwinner only 1 star.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a staggering amount of negative feedback.
Clearly, something's not adding up here.
Yeah, it seems like there's a disconnect between the, polished image they're presenting and the actual experiences of users.
Yeah, and that's what we need to explore further. What's behind all these negative reviews? What kind of issues are people running into?
Yeah. It seems like they're trying to appeal to such a wide audience.
Yeah.
But maybe they're overlooking some really crucial aspects of the user experience.
It's possible.
Yeah. We need to dig deeper and find out what's really going on. Stay tuned for part 2 of this deep dive, where we tackle those concerning user reviews head on.
Can't wait.
Okay, so we've seen the shiny, happy side of Betwinner, all the cool features and bonuses and the variety they offer. But now we have to face the music and dive into these negative user reviews. We can't ignore that 92% one-star rating. So what are people actually saying?
Yeah. The most common complaint seems to be about withdrawals. Users are reporting all sorts of issues, frozen accounts, super slow verification processes, and just a general lack of transparency, like when they can actually expect to get their winnings.
Yeah, that's not good. It seems like they're so focused on getting your money in quickly with those instant deposits, but then maybe they're dropping the ball when it comes to paying out.
It makes you wonder, are they so focused on attracting new users with all these flashy bonuses that they're kind of forgetting about their existing users?
That's a good point. And it's not just like a few isolated incidents either. The sheer volume of these complaints suggests there might be a bigger issue with their withdrawal process.
Exactly. And what's even more concerning is that these withdrawal problems often seem to come with bad customer service experiences. Users talk about long wait times, unhelpful responses, even feeling like their concerns are being dismissed.
Oh, man, it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
You're already stressed about your money.
Yeah.
And then you can't even get a straight answer.
Don't worry.
A timely resolution from the company.
It's incredibly frustrating, right?
Totally.
It really erodes trust, and it makes you question their commitment to customer satisfaction. And this brings up something really important for anyone considering Betwinner: licensing and regulation.
Okay.
So they are licensed by the government of Curacao.
Okay.
But it's important to know that this particular licensing body isn't exactly known for being super strict or having strong consumer protections.
So it might offer some basic level of reassurance, but it might not be the same level of security or recourse that you'd find with platforms that are regulated in places with stricter standards.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nuance that potential users should definitely be aware of.
For sure.
Now, to be fair to Betwinner, they do talk about their data protection measures. They say they use top-notch encryption to safeguard user information.
Okay, so at least they're taking security seriously in that sense.
Yeah.
But even with those measures in place, if users are consistently having these bad experiences with withdrawals and customer service, it makes you question the whole platform.
It does.
Like, how reliable are they really?
It makes that initial question, is Betwinner a winner, even harder to answer.
Right.
Because on paper, they have a lot going for them. The betting options, the features, the payment flexibility.
Yeah, it all looks good.
But then you see these red flags. And it's hard to shake that feeling of unease. It's like this tug of war. You're drawn in by the flashy exterior. But then those user reviews pull you back. So how do we reconcile these two things? How do we make a decision that feels right?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
We've laid out the good, the bad, and the ugly. But now it's about figuring out what it means for you, the listener.
Yeah, because ultimately,
Yeah.
you are the one deciding whether to take the plunge with Betwinner.
Exact.
Stay with us for the final part of this deep dive, where we move beyond just the facts and figures and give you some practical advice on how to navigate this whole betting maze.
Sounds good.
Okay, deep divers, we've made it to the final part of our Betwinner exploration. We've seen the good, the bad, even the ugly. So where does that leave you, the listener? What do you actually do with all this information?
Well, that's the real question, isn't it? Because
Right.
at the end of the day, you're the one making the decision
Yeah.
about whether to, place your bets.
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly. On this platform. So let's cut through all the noise and get practical. Perfect. Let's say you're intrigued by Betwinner's features, but you're also, understandably, a little freaked out by those negative reviews. What's the next step?
First things first, go beyond those surface level ratings. Yeah, that 92% one-star rating is definitely alarming, but don't just take it at face value.
Right.
Dive into the actual reviews themselves. What are people specifically complaining about? Are they just annoyed with the website's design? Or are they consistently having problems with withdrawals? Look for those patterns, the recurring themes.
So it's not just about the quantity of negative reviews.
I'll go to the
Quality, right. What are the reasons behind those bad experiences?
Exactly. And while you're at it, do the same thing for the positive reviews.
Okay.
What are people praising? Does it align with what you're looking for in a betting platform?
So getting a balanced perspective, understanding both the good and the bad. But even with all that research, online reviews can only tell you so much, right?
For sure. That's why, if you're seriously considering Betwinner, I'd recommend a cautious test run.
Okay. What do you mean by test run?
Well, don't go betting your life savings just yet.
Right, of course.
Start small. Deposit an amount you're comfortable losing, to be honest.
Okay.
Explore the platform, see how it works, and most importantly, test out that withdrawal process.
So experience it firsthand. See how long it actually takes to get your money out and how responsive customer service is if you have any problems.
Exactly. Think of it like a trial period before you commit to anything serious.
Makes sense.
And throughout this whole process, stay informed. Keep an eye on industry news. See if those customer service issues are getting better or worse. Things can change quickly in the online world.
It's true. This deep dive is just a snapshot in time. The betting landscape is always evolving.
Exactly. And finally, don't underestimate your gut feeling.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
If something feels off, if you're having doubts, it's totally okay to walk away. There are plenty of other betting platforms out there.
Yeah, no bonus or fancy feature is worth sacrificing your peace of mind.
Absolutely. You have to trust your instincts.
So informed decisions come from a combination of facts, firsthand experience, and a little bit of intuition.
I like that.
Betwinner might be a great fit for some people, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Well said.
So there you have it, folks. Betwinner, a platform with potential, but also some serious question marks. We've given you the tools and insight. Now it's your turn. Weigh the evidence and make a decision that feels right for you.
And as always, we want to hear from you. What stood out to you in this deep dive? What would make you choose Betwinner or not choose them? Share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions.
Because that's what the deep dive is all about. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, happy diving.